Good morning, this is Doug.
And I'm Cindy.
Welcome to ELP Brief. Thanks for joining in. Today we're going to be talking about how can I care for a parent at home when I'm working. Well, we hear this one a lot. People are busy. I mean, we understand. We're working too. You've got your 40-hour week job, and then you may have your kids or your grandkids, and then you've got other activities going on, maybe kids' ball games and such as that, and now your parent's declining and they need your help, and you start stopping by a few hours a day, and then more and more and more, and that's how it kind of started with your mom. A few hours a day you was checking on her, and then it got to where it took like
24/7.
24/7. And
but it was gradual, you know. In the beginning, I didn't even realize that I was a caregiver. You know, I'd stop by and have breakfast with her, make sure she took her medicine, get her some stuff ready for lunch. You know, she loved cooking a crock pot, so put it in the crock pot, get it. In the beginning, she would drive, go where she wanted to go. So I didn't realize I was a caregiver in the beginning, and then it starts just building more and more time. You know, then you get to where you sit there and have a cup of coffee, and you sit there and have breakfast, and you sit there and make sure you got your medication, and before you know it, you've spent 2 hours in the morning.
You know, and a lot of people that are taking care of a declining parent don't identify with the term caregiver.
Right.
You know, they're just taking care of mom at home or dad at home. They're just really, at first, they're just stopping by to check on them. And if you ask them, are you a caregiver? No, I'm just one of the kids. I'm just stopping in to check on dad or mom. And at first, that's the way it is. And then it starts to, and we refer a lot of times to journey stops. Journey stop 1, just kind of checking on them. Then 2, they're leaning on you pretty heavy. And 3 might be 24/7, and 4, facility care. And I don't know where you're at in that journey with your parent, but if you're watching this, they're probably starting to need some more care, and you're starting to notice, hey, before with this checking on mom is kind of I just enjoyed stopping by having a cup of coffee with her like I did with my mom at first. And then it's like, well, if I don't stop by and check on mom, there's some stuff that don't get done, like maybe she don't take her medications, maybe she don't eat. So back to the question, how can you make this work? I mean, you're working, you're busy, now they're needing your help, they're needing your care. So what are a few options that people are busy and working can do to help their parents remain at home a little longer?
Okay, the first thing I would do is an assessment. And you do that to determine what kind of care, assistance, or supervision they need in what areas. Is it in maneuvering around the house, walking? I mean, you and I take it for granted that we can stand up out of a chair and walk across the floor. It may not be so easy for your elderly parent. You also need to assess the house. I mean, if there are throw rugs in the way, so easy for your loved one to trip and fall. And falls are the major reason that seniors go to the hospital every day. Assess the person, assess the home, see what kind of care they need. Now, if you're still working full time, do what you can in the morning, call at noon, stop by in the evening. If you've assessed them and they need more care than that, pull in family members. Have friends or neighbors stop by and check on them at noon.
So Cindy's talking about family assessment, which is very important. You also want to do the medical assessment, take them to the doctor, maybe their primary care physician, and also a specialist who works in the field of geriatrics and can assess them from the medical angle. But family assessments are very important because you take them to the doctor. Well, the doctor's got training and education, and they know stuff that the rest of us don't know that are not doctors, because they know what to look for. They can run medical tests. They can see what your mom or dad needs. But the advantage that you have, it's your mom or dad. You know them, and the doctor doesn't. So you're able to determine from your point of view as a family member, as a child, what's mom able, you do a comparison like the optometrist does, you know, which is better, A or B? You know, you think, what's mom able to do, what was she able to do 6 months ago that she can't do so well now? And you get to looking at all of the things and you think, you know, maybe 6 months ago, mom was jumping in her car, going to the grocery store, going grocery shopping, and now not so much. Now she's afraid, or I'm afraid she's going to get lost. Or maybe 6 months ago she could go down the stairs to her house no problem, and now she's fallen 2 times in the last 6 months. I'm worried about that.
Also, if you do the assessment, you've got your checklist right here in front of you. You can take your time and do this. You can ask the questions. You can watch your loved one and see what they do. You can see how they respond when you challenge them with something. You're spending 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. You may spend all week with them. The doctor's going to spend how long?
10 minutes.
Max. And they may have her draw a clock or answer some questions, or he may say, I'm going to give you 3 words or 5 words. I want you to repeat them back to me when I tell you to. You can do a really good assessment if you know what you're doing. So you can take this assessment with you when you go to the doctor and you say, this is what I see. This is where mom, I think, needs some help.
That is where you start. If you're wondering where mom or dad needs help, they may not need help with everything, but maybe they need help with 1 or 2 things. If you can identify those areas specifically where they need help now, well, then the family can zero in their efforts, and if you have family members can help, they can help mom or dad with that. If they need help getting groceries, maybe one of the family members can pick them up or call them in and swing by and pick them up on the way home. Whatever they need help with, you can focus in on those efforts and take that load off of mom and dad's shoulder, and because of that, maybe they'll be able to stay home just a little bit longer than they otherwise would have. That's one step to find out what they need help with, and is it going to be different 6 months from now than it is today?
Probably.
Probably so, and so this will be an ongoing process, this comparing where they are now to where they were a few months ago. Hope these tips help today. If you're watching this on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell at the top so that you'll be notified when we do other videos, and please comment below. We love to hear what you think, get your input, and share your stories. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.
And thank you for being a caregiver for your loved one. You're making a huge difference in their life.